Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Go now. 60 outlaw. Let him know.
On 1st and 10, McLaughlin throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off play action, McLaughlin. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Off the play fake, McLaughlin. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete.
X3, 218, chop. Light. Shoot.
On 1st down, McLaughlin. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Going to give this time to the tailback. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 68 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. To throw on 3rd down, McLaughlin. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A look at the numbers last week for Edwards. 8 carries, 73 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to...
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 8 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Open man here is Hamilton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Off play action. McLaughlin. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Looking middle, and that's complete. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down. Operating from the gun, McLaughlin. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They'll run on first down. Edwards. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 34. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talked about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Yeah, and he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop it for a loss of 4. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Off the play fake. McLaughlin. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
There goes a deep ball in and caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there. His second TD of the game and 6 touchdowns. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. Ready.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. New England on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw. McLaughlin airing it out for Hamilton. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run the toss here. Edwards. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 18. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Boy, he covered a lot of ground. 82 yards on the punt return as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. It's brought in taken by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it a second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. McLaughlin, and finding the tight end Hooper. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, McLaughlin. Over the middle, it's complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys.
And got his man complete. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Operating from the gun. Short, flush to his right. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Back to throw. Short. Oh, he's going to let this. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, McLaughlin. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A final shot before break. McLaughlin. And this is incomplete. So we've reached halftime. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
Let's go! Let's go!
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Hey, echo. Speed grip.
Throwing on first down. Short. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ron Williams. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, McLaughlin. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
7 yards there and a first down. On 1st and 10, McLaughlin. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Caught by Montgomery. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. On 3rd down, McLaughlin. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Patriots able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it ends with a New England touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's loose again. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So how about the game he's having? He had the punt return earlier for a touchdown. Now the kick return to balance things out.
And oftentimes, guys who are on punt return and kickoff return, many of them are the same guys. And they're devoted to a return guy who can break big plays. And when that happens and they know it's there, they're going to block that much harder and be that much more skillful as well as utilizing his talents, and this is what you get. Punt return, kick return, a huge game.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. This offense, thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, McLaughlin. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
50, plant. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Let's go.
On 1st down, it's Edwards. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Get ready, get ready.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Looking to throw. McLaughlin. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
Come on.
On 1st down, McLaughlin. On the catch, it's Crowder.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2nd and 5. This one caught by Crowder. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. McLaughlin. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. From 17 yards out. And the Pats able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellows up front in order to bring this one home.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back to throw. Short. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line.
And this is caught. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 54 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that will extend this big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good pick up there, 26 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. McLaughlin. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back to throw. McLaughlin firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Looking to throw. McLaughlin. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Off the bootleg, McLaughlin. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of twos, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score. For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now he's going to go deep down the left. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 40 yards. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Fielded just inside the 20. And there he goes again. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a 1st down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that. But there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Offense.
So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Steelers, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew